Hello, Chem 20s. Your second math lesson today is going to be on scientific notation. So let's get in on this. You already did it last year in Science 10, so this is just a quick review. So for scientific notation, this is a way of expressing numbers that are either way too big or way too small. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to move the decimal. So we have a number somewhere between 1 and 10, and then we're going to decide how to multiply it, by what power of 10 we're going to multiply it. We can either multiply it by a positive value or a negative power of 10, depending on which way we move the decimal. Let's take a look at some examples. So here are the three basic rules to scientific notation. Rule number one, you must know where the decimal place is in your value. So if I come over here, easy for this one, there would be my decimal place. There would be my decimal place. And this one, I hope we all realize that the decimal place would be right here. And so I could just put in the dot for there. So rule number one, locate the decimal. Rule number two, you must move the decimal so that you have only one number between 1 and 10 to the left of the decimal. Therefore, it's got to be the number 1 through 9. So if I come down here, I only get one number to the left of the decimal, so I'm going to have to move this decimal place one position to the left. In this example, I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3 positions to the right. And in this question, again, my decimal place isn't there, so I'm going to say it's right there because that's where it would be. And we are going to move the decimal 1, 2 positions to the left. So rule one, locate the decimal. Rule two, decide how many places you're going to move it left or right so that you only have one digit, 1 through 9, to the left of that decimal place. Okay, last but not least, and this is probably the most important rule, it's dependent on which direction you move, depending on which number the exponent's going to be, whether it's going to be positive or negative. So in 66.8, here's our decimal point. We decided we're going to move it 1 to the left. Therefore, when we write out this number, it's going to be 6.686 times 10 to the. Now, because we moved the decimal point to the left, when we move to the left, it's going to be a positive exponent. So I moved it 1 to the left, so that's going to be times 10 to the positive 1. On the second example, we're moving it 1, 2, 3 to the right. So again, I'm going to write it with only one digit to the left of the decimal, 4.48 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3. And since I moved it to the right, it's going to be a negative exponent, so that's going to be a negative 3. Again, my decimal would be right there, so I'm going to move it 1, 2 to the left. So this is going to be 2.5 times 10 to the 2 to the left, which would be positive value. What I would like you to do is copy down these 8 examples, pause the video, and make sure that you can do them before you hear me walk through them and go through how you would answer them. Pause the video now. Okay, if I take a look at this, the decimal in this one's going to be right here. So I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. So this is 1.59 times 10 to the, and because I moved it 4 to the left, that's going to be a positive 4 exponent. I'm going to move it 1 to the left. So this is 2.264 times 10 to the 1 exponent. On the third example, I'm going to move the decimal to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because remember, you need a number to the left of the decimal. So this is going to be 7.47 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be a negative 4. And the last one, we're going to move it 1, 2, 3 to the left. So this is going to be 9.93 times 10 to the negative 3 because we went to the right-hand side. Excuse me, to the right-hand side. So 9.93 times 10 to the negative 3. Now, if I come down here, now we've got to go backwards. So we got to think about this differently. If I am going to take this number out of scientific notation and put it into standard form, when we had moved it to the left, it was a positive exponent. So to take it out, we have to move it to the right. So I'm going to count off 1, 2, 3. And I like to go in groups of 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is going to be 3,230,000 when I take it out. And again, check your work. If the decimal's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we could go back. So again, positive 3 means I'm going to take it out, move it the opposite direction. So 1, 2, 3. This is going to be 4,200. Again, negative 5 meant I moved it to the right. So to take it out, that means I have to move it to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be 0 decimal. So if the decimal's here, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, then 833. So let's check over my work. If it was here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5, beautiful, I did it right. And now I'm just going to go, again, negative. So this time, instead of moving it to the right to get to negative 2, I got to move it to the left to get it out. So this is going to be 1, 2. So 0 decimal is where this lines up. 1, 0, and then 1, 8, 4. Check my work. 1, 2, negative 2. We did this right. Okay, my suggestion is if you need more practice, and in all honesty, the practice will take a total of under 2 minutes, go to this link. It's again Khan Academy. It's 7 questions. They're good questions. You type them in. They tell you instantaneously if you're right or wrong. If you're wrong, they make you do the question again until you get it right. Thank you for watching this video. Please go ahead and watch the 3rd video.